Echoes of automaton, Condoleezza Rice, ice, 100011 Periodic table with the centerpiece of mine. Man alive, the jive and lyrics. Radioactive, don't come near it. Temple of Cyrenix having the big sale of the year. Can you tell I'm addicted to that song? Here's a video from News Now community. Subscribe if you know what's good for you. If you don't know what's good for you, don't subscribe. But if you know what's good for you, subscribe. I am John Filax. If you don't want to hear my singing voice commentary, get the F out of here right now. Okay? Here's a video. They go to some national security complex, and it's also News Now Houston is featured in this video. I think News Now community is his kid or something. Anyway, these two cops roll up after a while. I'm going to be doing some fast forwarding. And right away, instead of being constitutional officers, they're actually blue line donut operator blue waffles. And just start violating rights and acting like disgusting human beings right off the rip. Here we go. He always starts out by taking pictures of signs and just random stuff. When I see a sign that says Y12, I just want to go underneath and put why not. Now they're all worried about photographers. And here come the popo, and they almost hit this couple before he gets out of the car. He's already pissed off. He's already got his blue waffle simmering. He's already got his donut operator, Mike the former cop, game time attitude ready to go. And then when they destroy his stupidity, then he tries to throw it back on them. Like the reason he's acting the way he's acting like a donut operator is because they're engaged in constitutionally protected activity.
Yeah, step back.
So you see how aggressive he rolls up on them, and fairly close considering they're pedestrians and he's in a 2-ton vehicle. He already has the attitude right off the rip, and I'm going to be pausing a lot here to explain this stupid sovereign citizen donut operator blue waffle here.
Howdy. What's going on? Nothing I know of. Officer Weaver? Detective Weaver, I see. You got a detective on there.
All right, you guys need to be feet, okay?
I'm sorry?
You guys need to go.
Need to go.
You guys need to go. What's going on? You guys need to go. That's the hallmarks of a true blue waffle donut operator, Mike the former cop pig.
Oh?
Yeah.
Why?
All this.
I can't hear you. Can you step away from the road? I'll step.
Yeah. Put on your big boy pants and use your big boy voice.
I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, which one of you do I want to talk to?
I said you guys need to go.
Okay,
I told you need to go. Don't you see my costume? Donut operator issued right out of the academy.
I need to leave. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because listen, we just got done smoking a fat one back at the precinct. I'm chill. Then I get a call about public photography. And of course, I'm thinking you're sovereign citizens, even though we're sovereign citizens. and we're trying to act like you're the sovereigns when in fact we're the sovereigns, and you're just killing my buzz, bro.
No reason that I need to leave?
How is he at a loss all of a sudden? Like, this was your game plan? Drive up, come uncomfortably close to them when you drive up, get out, and tell them that they need to leave. That was your game plan? That's the extent of your policing ability? Seriously?
Why are you videotaping the entrance of Y-12?
It's a historical site.
Historical site.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Videotape a historical site.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's on...
Isn't that what he just said?
Have you been out here?
I don't know, 8 minutes?
8 minutes. So you got video of it? Anything changed in the last 8 minutes?
From where I started out over at the visitor center to here, yeah, a lot has changed. I've got 3 police cars here telling me I gotta leave.
Oh, wow. You actually see those cars? They're not invisible?
Big change for me.
Have you really?
It is. I mean, it's a historical site.
Are you with him?
Oh, superior question, Lou. Detective. This guy's a detective. That's an amazing question. Are you with him? Man, I could see why you got promoted.
Ma'am, are you with him? Huh? Okay. So you're here doing a tour? Is that it?
Okay. Do we do something wrong? We break the law?
Well,
We're just taking pictures and stuff.
okay. Well, nobody ever sits here and takes pictures. Sorry.
Pointless statement.
Okay. Get their IDs and check them out. Yeah.
Oh, well, our sergeant has decided to violate their rights and get them to surrender their Fourth Amendment, so we're going to have to escalate this into So what they're doing there is this guy is playing the good cop with this I just smoked a joint demeanor and zero action plan or de-escalation plan. And then the other guy tries to butt in, and then he either calls a sergeant or decides for himself to say, the sergeant said we need to get their ID, which literally means we need to get them to surrender their Fourth Amendment right. This is something. Getting people to surrender their Fourth Amendment right is policy of the American police.
Start with that. IDs.
Okay. Yeah. Did I break the law? Have I done something wrong?
Sir, we did have the FBI here last week.
Here comes cosplaining douchebag number 2, who thinks the word ass is a cuss word and loses his mind over it, makes up some fake, faulty donut operator, Mike, the former cop-splaining BS. These guys are like 2 blue waffles stacked on top of each other with the cream filling from donut operator. Right on top is dressing.
That were illegally taking pictures of things they're not supposed to.
Illegally taking pictures of things they're not supposed to from public. You sound like a moron. Shut up already.
A federal installation.
Illegally taking pictures.
About things they're not supposed to at a federal installation. We had the FBI here last week for that.
For
So
sure.
he
If
determined
you go
that's part of it.
if you go onto that property, they have the right
Sir,
to limit your photo.
identify yourself.
Tennessee is not a stop and ID state.
Okay. But if you're suspected of
Okay.
crime, do you have your ID on you?
What crime do you suspect?
If you're suspected of committing a crime, public photography. And he's going to go back to his cop explanation of, because the feds were here illegally detaining people in public, it must be the law, instead of actually going by the law.
Me of committing?
We don't know what you did.
Okay. Public photography is not a crime. Anything I can see from a public space, I can photograph. There's no crime there.
Who owns this land?
Up. So now he's going to try to pull the old who owns this land and argue about right of way, because no cop in America seems to understand that there's a right of way on the sides of the road and that companies just can't buy up the whole road and passageway so Americans can't travel freely through the United States. You're supposed to be protecting our rights to travel freely as free Americans. Instead, you literally act as the opposing force to freedom.
This is public right of way.
This grass right here.
This is a public right of way.
This grass is public right of way, you know for a fact. So I'm pretty sure Watchwell bought this last year.
Okay,
Which is why we don't allow people to protest here. So you could be
As you see to the left, there was utility poles.
Trespassing on private property.
So now you're trespassing on private property. Don't worry, guys. He's not done yet. This guy's just flinging poop at the wall and hoping something will stick. But the only thing that's sticking is the poop in his brain and will not come out of his ears. Again, this guy is a top graduate from the Donut Operator Police Academy.
Again, this is a public roadway.
You're not on the road, though.
I stepped off the roadway to engage you because when this guy rolled up, he almost hit us.
So you were walking in the roadway, which is...
Oh, so you're on the road. That's illegal. So you're off the road. Now you're trespassing. So you're on the road. That's illegal. So you're off the road. Now that's trespassing. I'm going to completely ignore the part where we almost got hit.
the crime in Tennessee. You can't be
in the roadway.
Okay,
We're not walking.
so you were standing in the roadway or standing on ground?
So what are you doing? You're going to trespass us? You're going to tell me I can't be
sir,
here?
If you're on Whitewell's property, it's up to them. It's not up to me.
Officer Sweeten. Okay.
Yes.
All right,
that's the thing. And that's the thing.
You understand that I have every right to be here.
If this is private property, no, sir, you do not.
It's not private property, moron. How do the police not know the difference between right-of-way? And this is like every video. They try to say it's private property. They just straight up lie. They know nothing but lies, deceit, and violence. This is police culture. This is your blue line donut operator culture of America.
16 feet from the center line of the roadway. It's publicly accessible. They own that over there. There's public utilities here.
That's why people don't protest here anymore.
I'm not protesting.
So just like that fence right there. That's why you can't do 16 feet off of that roadway either. And why?
More cop-splaining.
12 called us out here. So it's not like we just happened upon you. We were called here. And again,
I don't care if you're called there. Public photography is not illegal. If they called you and said, someone's eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and it's making us uncomfortable, would you show up? Because it's just as legal as photography. Moron.
I'm following orders of my sergeant to identify you because, yes.
I'm following orders of my sergeant. That's the Nuremberg defense. Why did you throw the Jews in the oven? We were just following orders. We don't know. We don't have our own brain and can figure out right from wrong.
People were detained by the FBI last week for taking pictures.
That means nothing.
Of things they weren't supposed to. I don't know the circumstances of that, but that's why I'm asking. So
what are we supposed to take pictures of? Is there something we're not allowed to take pictures of here?
Beyond this line, this is not open to the public. What's beyond that line?
Where's the sign that tells us that?
And we've not gone beyond that.
The sign right there that says when you pull up to that gate, you're not allowed in if you don't have a badge to get in there.
That gate?
Okay, but you're filming that gate.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't go past it, but you're filming it so your camera can see past it, just like your eyes. This guy's just a complete imbecile right here.
That makes them uncomfortable.
Eyes, sir. We can't help what we can see. Everybody driving by can see it too.
I'm trying to find out who owns this property, and my sergeant has asked me to identify you. If you refuse to do so, that's your business. Okay?
If you want to...
Oh, so now that's your business. So he just admitted he had the right not to ID the whole time. Just use the right words. My sergeant's trying to get me to violate your Fourth Amendment and trying to get you to surrender it willingly. But if you don't want to, that's your business.
The FBI come out here and do a field interview with me. You go call them, tell them to get their ass over here.
Well, we're on the phone now to determine if and there's no need to cuss me, sir.
Okay.
Oh my God, you cussed, you said ass. Now I'm going to completely escalate the fact that you said ass and make up another faulty donut operator, creamy filled donut operator reason to try to get you to surrender your Fourth Amendment.
I'm just doing my job. I'm trying to be. Because here's the thing. Guess what you just did? You just now used vulgar, profane, and indecent language in view of the public.
Vulgar, profane, and indecent language in view of the public. He has this one memorized because he's ruined lots of people's lives with this one. Notice that the police never have the Constitution memorized, but they sure know all the walking laws that they ruin lives over. They know all the traffic codes that they ruin people's lives over. And this one had this disgusting donut operator graduate has the vulgar memorized because he's ruined many people's lives for free speech. I hope you're proud of yourself, Officer Sweating Pig.
Which is her. She's part of the public, which is against city code. So I don't care. It's my part. So I'm going to need your ID for your side.
He doesn't care. I'm offended. I'm taking up for you. He's offended you. You understand me? He has offended you, and our city doesn't allow him to offend you. Now he has to surrender his Fourth Amendment right.
Anyway, sir, we're fully aware.
I'm going to need your ID for your citation. Use the vulgar, profane, and indecent language in view of the public. It's a city citation. It's not arrest.
Calling your bluff, pig. What happened there, Donut? Donut, did you cover this video, Donut? You agree with this pig's escalative behavior? Public photography? Huh? Where you at, bro? Been trying to debate you for 3 years now, you scared little coward.
I'm going to need your ID to issue a civil citation in city court.
Okay.
I'm officially asking for your ID to write you a citation.
I'm officially asking now. Officially, he's asking.
I'm not going to take you to jail
Before, he's just trying to get you to surrender your rights on your own.
for a city violation. Okay.
So I'm not going to ID, and you're not going to take me to jail. Looks like nothing's going to happen right there, Piglet.
So it's against City Code 11-302 to use vulgar, profane, and indecent language in view of the public, which is what you just did, and I'm going to issue you a citation.
That city code's unconstitutional, and it goes against the First Amendment. Codes don't supersede the Constitution that you swore to uphold, donut.
For that, so I would like to see your ID so that I can.
You have no complainant, and as a police officer,
Yes,
you
sir,
can't.
we were called here. Yes,
No, you have no complainant
sir.
for a disorderly conduct charge.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You're a part of the public.
You can't be a complainant. Okay,
So I'm
you're a
asking for
police
your
officer.
ID as you are in violation of City Code 11-302.
Another thing I noticed about cops is when you start cornering them and they start understanding that everything that came out of their mouth is BS and you're calling them on it, they start wringing their hands. A lot of them will start wringing their hands, especially liars and deceitful people and just shady people. When you actually they have to have a conversation and they're lying and being shady, they start wringing their hands, and you're going to see it here in a second.
As a police
Vulgar
officer,
and profane and decent language in view of the public. It's City Code. I'm a municipal police officer for the city of Oak Ridge, and I'm asking for your ID so that I can issue a citation or a warning for that statute. I'm not going to take.
There you go, pig. Donut. Why doesn't he arrest him? City code, right? We don't need no stinking constitution. We don't need no free speech. The parasites at this city council have decided free speech doesn't exist in their city.
To jail for a civil statute. I can't. But I can issue a citation to give you a fine. So I'm requesting your state-issued ID, which I will remind you is not your...
Wait, a second ago you were officially asking, now you're requesting. Now he's pulling the old state ID, claiming that state ID's not your property, it's our property. We're the slave masters.
property. It's actually property of the state of Tennessee. It's issued to you for identification purposes by law enforcement if there's a violation, which there has been.
Okay. Am I being detained?
Yes.
All right.
Unlawful detainment.
At this time, I'm going to revoke my right to remain silent.
Okay, that's fine. You're not free to leave though until we find out what's going on.
All right.
I'm trying to inspect them up. Made up.
Get ready for hand wringing. You're going to see it because everything he tried failed because this is a failure of a cop. And the only people that fall for his crap are probably most of the people he deals with because most Americans don't care about their liberty and don't know how to defend their liberty and their home and their family and et cetera, et cetera. You guys are letting the cops do this to the rest of us. We're stopping them for you.
I don't think the word ass is a swear word. Yeah, of course. He should have had those running from the time he got here.
He said ass too. How about that one?
I want to answer your questions.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to give you a verbal warning for the vulgar, profane, and indecent language abuse of the...
Verbal warning. In other words, I didn't have the ability to arrest you, and I didn't have the ability to ID you, and I'm still not going to back down, so I'm going to say it's a verbal warning now. Because they can never admit anything, any wrongdoing, ever. Another problem with the blue liners, the blue waffles and donut operators of America.
It is against City Code 11-302 to do that, and I was trying to be professional with you, and there was no reason to curse at you.
You were never being professional ever in this video.
I'm sorry that
And I apologize for that.
Okay. And
I'll effing curse you all I want. You're lucky I wasn't there. You would have found a real reason to arrest me.
accept your apology, and I appreciate that, sir.
All right.
Here's the thing: we're finding out who owns the land. We're gonna go.
It would have been a good idea to do that instead of this completely escalative scenario you created on the side of the road. Maybe you should do some police work first. Figure out if they're allowed to be there before creating a situation and trying to get everyone to surrender their rights. You're a disgusting disgrace to America.
far as that goes, if someone does own the land and you are trespassing on it, you will be asked to leave, because the whole so many feet off the roadway thing, because right over there is a fence that beefs up right to the road line.
Actually, it doesn't go quite to the road line.
Well, then you can't cross the fence. So
I understand.
That means that they own that fence line and what's on the other side.
Correct. They're grandfathered in. They're grandfathered in because they own the property before that statute came
You will be
up.
asked to leave. You will be told who owns the property. As far as I know, we're finding that out from the Watch Road personnel right now. As far as the rest of that goes, you are
Watch the hand wringing.
go. But just please don't cuss me when we're just trying to do our job, because we were called here. Okay.
Now it turns into please don't cuss me. Shut your stupid ass mouth. Ass isn't a cuss word. You're a grown man. You're acting like a child from the second you started on this video. Shut up. My God. Your feelings are so hurt.
And people were detained by the FBI last week for taking
That means nothing.
pictures of stuff they weren't supposed to. And we don't know what you've taken pictures of. And we were called here.
He wasn't cursing at you. He just said one word.
Yes, but that's still. But I don't appreciate that kind of language.
Out here. I mean,
Yeah.
I appreciate the word ass as a fully grown man living in America and a cop who deals with criminals all the time. I don't appreciate it. You're reaching so far here, Donut.
But yes, but I don't appreciate that kind of language when I'm being nothing but professional and trying to do my job.
You're being the furthest thing from professional. You came out, you escalated, you found 3 different BS reasons to try to get him to surrender his rights. He fought you on every single one. Now you're sitting here doing the hand gestures and hand wringing. You're a piece of garbage.
Well, I'm going to help you. Everything I can see from right here, I can photograph, and that is what I've taken pictures of. That's it. That's it. If they don't want me to take pictures of that sign, they need to put a wall around it. I mean, it's a historic site. I'm surprised you don't get more photographers out here. It's on the Photon Trail. I mean,
Photon Trail.
well, there's a sign, right?
What? There's something in my own jurisdiction I'm not aware of, like right away and a historic marker road place there.
The street here, it says Photon Trail. I mean, it's a historic site that has to do with World War II, when they built the Little Big Boy bomb and all that stuff. It all goes back to the start of the nuclear program in the United States, and this was where it began, basically. Yeah, the Manhattan Project. So, I mean, I don't understand what their sensitivity is. Now, of course, if I go on their property, I got it.
Well, but at the same time, someone was here last week, so you understand why they might be a little on edge, because that person was confirmed to be taking, those people actually were confirmed to be taking pictures of stuff they shouldn't have been with.
That's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I can't really tell you that. That's classified.
well, that doesn't help me. That doesn't.
I can't tell you that it's classified. Bro, you are winging this whole encounter. You probably are winging your whole career. Oh my God. This is so sad. These are your police that everybody blindly supports and claims are heroes, and jobs are so tough, even though roofers and garbage men are far more dangerous jobs. You should be praising roofers and garbage men and electric and the electric company and the men that work on the lines after hurricanes. Ada cookie, Ada steak, Ada coming.
Help me.
Come and chat with you about it.
If I say, if you indicate
And
to
that's
me
probably
this,
why they're on a little on edge, because of that.
yeah.
So
If you indicate something to me, or they come out here and indicate something to me that they don't want photographed, you know, probably I won't photograph it. Okay, that's all they have to do. You know, sending the police out here to
they call us for
you know,
everything.
They call us for everything, and we love coming and harassing and getting you to surrender your rights.
yeah, that's
Well,
a
like
little
I said, we didn't know
excessive.
if the FBI wanted to talk to you or not, because again, this very same circumstance last week, the FBI wanted
Have
it.
some sort of reasonable suspicion that
Right.
we committed
And we
a
were
crime.
called here about people taking pictures of things.
We were called here. That means we have reasonable suspicion of a crime. Phone rings. A phone ringing at the station equals probable cause, see?
You're all day long for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are free to go. Have a good day.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to your rational reasoning and reality. I live in my own blue line donut operator, Mike the former cop world. And it was go time, and now it's actually go time. Like, I got to go. See you later.
Yeah, goodbye.
There you go, guys. News Now community. Bleebity, blabbity, bloobity, John's coin rings. YouTube has dropped hundreds of dollars in the last week. Again, it goes from, man, I'm doing good on YouTube, and I'm finally getting up there, and then boom, YouTube changes something, and it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a job now. And the last thing I want is a job, people. So please go to my Etsy store, John's Coin Rings on Etsy. The link is in the description. Also check out Activism News Network, activismnewsnetwork.com. We're trying to get away from YouTube, and like I can actually be myself, cuss and let it flow on the Roku channel, Activism News Network, activismnewsnetwork.com, and John's Coin Rings. Thanks everyone for watching. Peace and tranquility. Sorry that this is the disgusting animals that they hire at the police station. It's really shocking that a man like this with such a poor demeanor, poor intellect, poor people skills, poor de-escalation skills, all he wanted to do was run him off or put him in a cage. That's the only things that these cops wanted to do. They didn't want to understand public versus private. They didn't want to understand photography. They didn't want to understand their own oath. And this is typical of most police officers in America. I don't care if you don't believe me and you think I'm lumping them in. How is it possible that I can have enough content to make videos for 3 years straight, over 600 videos in a row? It's not a coincidence, people. And the cops pretend, and the news and the radio stations all pretend like YouTube doesn't exist, and like YouTube is some fantasy world, like these aren't real videos and these aren't real cops in these videos. Sorry, mainstream prostitutes, this is reality. The stuff you refuse to cover. All right, peace, guys. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.